Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast. And here's your host, John Chapman.
What's going on, faithful? Another huge disappointment, 35-10. They just get absolutely destroyed on the road in a blizzard. The amount of issues on this 49ers team is off the charts. And I kind of want to go through a lot of those. I want to focus on the players. I want to focus on the coaches. I want to hear from you guys. That's one of the worst performances. And, like, you can talk about the injuries. You can talk about the snow. You can talk about the road games. You can talk about the fact that you played 4 out of 6 teams, coming off a bye. But it just doesn't cut it. At the end of the day, the amount of mistakes that this team continually makes from their captains is just huge. So, one, when you boil football down to its basics, if you turn the ball over, you lose. Brock Purdy, one play turnover drive. He's got tiny hands. We know he can't play in the rain. Now we have to add snow to that. And I'm not like a anti-Brock Purdy guy. I've been echoing for a long time. Brock Purdy's the quarterback of the future. That continues to be more and more questioned as this season goes on. Was this a good Brock Purdy game? It was not. Did you lose the game because of Brock Purdy? I don't think so. Was he a contributing factor? Sure. He threw for less than 100 yards. Had the huge turnover, missed several open wide receivers. And then at the same time, whenever Brock Purdy was on, first down throw to Juwan Jennings, he drops the ball. Third down, George Kittle had 2 targets the whole game. He set the screen for him. He drops the screen. Like, it's not like people are helping each other. But so that's one captain that played bad with Brock Purdy. Then you go to Kyle Juszczyk. Awesome play call from Kyle. Full back over, you get 4 yards from the 5, you're down on the 1-yard line, you fumble the ball. You take a touchdown off the board and then get a 50-yard return off of it. That's a captain. That's a captain. That's a safe play that costs the 49ers. Big time. Big time. Then Debo, who, he had the 2 big returns for sure, had a couple drops. That's kind of his thing. But then he fumbles it. So just the amount of points off the turnovers alone. Now, does that equate a 35-10 loss? It doesn't. But those are 3 major captains that didn't secure the ball. Then you talk about the defense. The 49ers have not had a red zone stop in 3 consecutive games. 3 consecutive games. The Bills went 4 for 4 in the red zone. They were 5 for 5 in the red zone, Green Bay last week. And the previous team, I think, went 3 for 3. Nick Sorensen is absolutely horrible. Does he have, the best players to operate this team? No. But good God. I mean, have some pride. Have something. The game ended with the 3rd-string Buffalo Bills offense driving on the starters, the 49ers defense. They couldn't do anything. Couldn't do any of them. Flynn, I appreciate, man, the super chat. He says, first mock draft win, it's coming soon. As you can see, if you're watching the video, we're still in Buffalo. Shout out to my buddy Rick. I got to be honest. This city is badass. The fans were incredible. The party that we had last night was off the charts. The tailgate today was probably the best tailgate we've ever thrown in all the events that we've done. It was incredible. And, we're sitting, there's 4 of us sitting together, Rusty, Eric, my buddy Rick, and I. And we're down 35-10, game's over. Bills fans talking trash, which I respect, throwing snowballs, getting pelted. We looked at each other, we're like, man, this was a great trip. The game sucked, but that's kind of what it's been this season. The CMC injury finally looks his part, and it's gone. Major injury, what it is. Jordan Mason looked incredible. He has all year except for whenever he was injured. But we finally got more Mason. He looked great. But, man, even again, back to the defense. I know our run game looked good, and I know a lot of people are going to be fire Shanahan. I know that's like the hit the easy button, whatever. Dude, the offense schemed up was fine. We ran for over 150 yards, but you turned the ball over 3 times. You couldn't throw the ball. Brock Purdy couldn't throw the ball. Receivers couldn't get Freaking Pearsall wide open, like 5 or 6 plays. I haven't even watched coaching tape. 0 catches. First round pick, 0 catches, 3 consecutive games. Such a misuse of funds, such a misuse just of draft capital. But yeah, mock draft's coming. It's time. Are the 49ers out of it? No. If you guys listen to, the shows throughout the week, I kept telling you, you go 5-1, you make the playoffs as long as one of your losses is Miami or Buffalo. Well, that's happened. So now you got to go 4-0. 4-1 or 5-0. Your only other loss this season could be to Miami. That's it. You have to win all the conference. You have to win all the division games. And that's just a super long shot. I mean, let's just be honest. Mathematically, it's there, and that's what the NFL has designed the season to be with the 7th playoff seed for the NFC and the AFC. So they want to keep fan bases engaged and whatever else. And we're still going to go. We're faithful. It's who we are. We still got a game out in Arizona. People throwing snowballs at me now. I love it. Keep it coming, bitches. But it sucks. It's time to look forward to the future. And that's the thing that sucks is some of the moves that were made today were moves to the future. You had D. Winters as the number 2 linebacker instead of Devondre Campbell. You had Jordan Mason in the first quarter, even when CMC wasn't broken yet. There were a lot of positives that were out there. Evan Anderson started. He should be the starter moving forward for a long time. Sam McQuano should be the starter for a long time. One of my favorite parts about the game, probably shouldn't bring this up, Sam O ran to the wrong sideline to get off the field. Like, he ran to the wrong sideline and then had to sprint across the field. Like, it's just like bad news bears type situation at this point where it's just kind of comical with a lot of the things that are taking place with this team. Special teams, Brian Snyder continues to be a joke. Jake Moody, highest drafted kicker in the NFL currently on the original roster that he was drafted on, sucks. He's terrible. I know it's snowing, but the wind wasn't bad. Yeah, it's bad out there, but he sucks. He missed 2 field goals. Like, just not a good kicker. One of them was really long. I get that, but he sucks. He was the 34th most accurate kicker before this game. That's got to be worse now. I mean, you're literally talking about the worst kicker on the team. You get a punter, you sign off the street, way better than Mitch Wisnowski. Completely better. It's just bad. Hey, what's up, man? Appreciate you, bud. Let's go. Go Niners, man. Stay strong, faithful. But, yeah, there's just a lot of things that need to change. Deebo Samuel needs to be involved in that conversation. What to do with Purdy. We're going to spend some time talking about this upcoming week. I was really big on paying Purdy top dollar and just locking him up long term. I don't think you can do that now. Not saying you can't, but man, if you didn't have questions after the first, part of the season, you sure as hell have to have questions now. I know he's tough, played through a short week, injuries, but man, the shoulder to his throwing arm, elbow to his throwing arm, can't hold the ball in the rain, can't hold the ball in the snow. He's not trusting his wide receivers. It's a lot of bad stuff. And then, what's funny about that is you make your 2 field goals, you don't commit those stupid turnovers, maybe a different game. But then you see what Josh Allen does. And there's only one Josh Allen in the NFL. He's the best quarterback in the NFL currently for how they play this year. Literally running hook and ladders to your quarterback. I mean, he's running over our linebackers, our safeties, our corners. It's rough out there, man. It is rough. But it's been a great trip. Just kind of give you a peek of what it's like out here. Snow's coming down hard. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get an Uber, but I don't care. It's been a great weekend. I do wish we would have won, obviously. We're in a rough spot, 5-7. God, that sucks to say. It really, really sucks to say. Film breakdown is going to start. We got 2 layovers getting home tomorrow. If one gets delayed, I'll go live from the airport. But we got a lot of flight time to get back to the Bay. We'll get to film breakdowns on the 49ersrush.com. Probably going to be on Tuesday. But we keep grinding. The season's not over. You still make the playoffs, but, yeah, super long shot. But that's what separates us from the others. We're the faithful. That's how we do it. And for as long as I've been around, and I'm still going to keep saying this, it's who we are. You support the team and you show up, and this fan base is unbelievable. And I love all the people that showed up despite the weather, despite the travel, despite the bad season. That's who we are. And we're going to keep showing up. You guys are the best. I'm going to call this one. It's going to be a short show. I got to walk a ways. We're going to head back to our Airbnb, get some sleep, head to the airport in the morning. But until next time, love you guys. You are the best. Thanks for sticking with us. We ain't stopping. And until next time, stay strong, faithful.